What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's second video. In today's second video, we're going to take a look at Litecoin and see what it's doing on the 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly time frame, and also the Litecoin-Bitcoin ratio to see whether it's better to hold Litecoin or Bitcoin at the moment. Okay, so let's jump right onto the daily chart here and not waste any more time. As we can see right now, we actually just broke out of a nice cup and handle pattern. You can see right here, guys, we got the big cup and we had the big handle, and we actually broke that to the upside. And what else do we do? Well, we actually came back down to backtest our previous resistance, or our cup and handle resistance, and we actually came back down and tested it as support now. So what I'm expecting here is us to hold this as support and get a bounce up. Now, there's always the possibility of us breaking this resistance and coming down lower. Just keep that in mind. If we do break this resistance and break it as our new support, we could be coming back down to like 221 for Litecoin. So just keep that in mind. But if we do hold it and get a nice bounce here, our measure move target out of our cup and handle, right, from our bottom of our cup to our top of our lid, would put us approximately at about $305 as our measure move target. So that's the measure move target of our cup and handle on the daily pattern that we broke out of. Now let's take a look at our what we have as resistance. You can see recently on the daily chart, we wicked up to this $264 area. So why was that resistance? Well, if we actually go back and look left all the way back in time, you can see this is a very important area, right? You can see back here, back in 2018, we had support on this area multiple times. We had resistance in this area multiple times. So this is a very important area for us to eventually get ahead of, right? And you can see on the daily, looking back in 2017, we really don't have any resistance after that until about right around $300, right? $297.17 to be exact. You could also say the wick a little bit higher, maybe like 303, which also coherently matches up, either whether it's 297, 303, matches up pretty well with our measure move target for our cup and handle pattern, right at 305. So that would make a lot of sense looking left, but we do need to get above this 264 mark, which we just wicked up to just recently. So if we get a bounce off this cup and handle handle here, make sure we do break that 264 mark so we can go up to 303 next, okay? So that's kind of our daily chart overlook. Let's jump right into our weekly chart. You can see on our weekly chart, we have another couple big confluence in that area too. So this is our Fibonacci retracement level from our last bull market high to our bear market low. And you can see our last consolidation period got rejected perfectly off our 0.618 Fibonacci, okay? That 0.618 Fibonacci was a giant level for us to get ahead of, as it has resistance back in February 2018 and resistance right here back in February, and we finally broke above that, and it looks like we are trying to confirm that as support here. You can see it's our old resistance, now trying to flip that as support here on our weekly time frame. So that is pretty perfect. You can see our 10 and 20-week moving average support band is holding up pretty well. You can see, interestingly enough, Litecoin likes to hold this orange one, which is the 10-week moving average, which is pretty bullish, right? A lot of times we see those altcoins go back to the 20-week, but so far the 10-week moving average has been our support for Litecoin. So that's kind of where my low is if we do continue down. That right now sits at approximately about $206 as our worst case scenario, in my opinion. If we do get a dip, $206 would be my dip scenario. Now, we can see our next Fibonacci target is our 0.786, which currently right now sits at about $300. Another perfect confluence at that $300 mark. So is that our next move? Is $300 our next move? Like I said, guys, just to refresh, if and only if we hold this cup and handle pattern support, I do think $300 is coming next. But if we do break this and we go down lower, we could be seeing 221. But if we get a bounce here, $300 is our next move for Litecoin. You better bank on it with all the confluences, with our measure move target out of our cup and handle, with our resistance looking left on the daily chart, with our 0.786 resistance on our weekly chart. Everything is lining up towards that $300 mark being our next target. If you guys want to know what our next target after that, obviously it's our all-time high as our one Fibonacci approximately at $377. So we could be seeing big things from Litecoin if we do continue up and actually break that $300 mark coming up soon. All-time highs aren't that far away now, which is pretty crazy for Litecoin, considering where we were just a really a couple months ago down below $100. Okay, so that's the weekly chart. And then the last of all, let's just look at the Litecoin Bitcoin chart real quick. I did see a pretty good similarity between the Litecoin Bitcoin chart from back here in 2016, 2017. You can see this general area here and our current consolidation here, kind of both forming kind of falling wedges. They're not perfect, but both kind of forming falling wedges with 3 touches on the downside and a resistance line coming down like that. Now you can see what happened after we broke that. We actually got a massive run to the upside, obviously in the beginning of 2017. Now, if we can break above this current one, where we also have 4 touches on the downside, and we have a downward resistance. If we can break this downward resistance, maybe we can see another run like we did in 2017. Probably not as crazy as this one. I mean, this one down here was about 587%, so that might be a little unrealistic. But nonetheless, we could see a big move to the upside. All right, so that's the quick video on Litecoin today. If you guys did enjoy the quick video on Litecoin, make sure you guys subscribe. Also, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the live stream coming up shortly.